I grew up on the Gold Coast loving surfing, so it was natural to get involved in making surfboards for a hobby when I was a kid. I'm Robert Morley and I'm the owner of South Coast Foam and Fiberglass. We're a local blank manufacturer for surfboards on the Gold Coast at Burleigh Heads, and we've been operating here for approximately 32 years. We supply surfboard blanks, shortboards and Malibus to probably some of the biggest manufacturers in the world, being Channel Islands, DHD locally and Chile Surfboards in Sydney. I did a lot of travelling overseas surfing and spent some time in the United States and did some work for Grubby Clark of Clark Foam. There was a lot of research that had to be done. Luckily, I had that time in California at Clark Foam, so I got a bit of an insight into how the moulds and some of the mixing machines and stuff had to be built. There's nothing that's readily available over the counter down at the local hardware store, so you had to custom build all of the machinery. The next step was to get a basic chemistry for making polyurethane foam, and it probably took me about 3 or 4 years to really work it out to get something that was a real saleable product. And we've continued to develop our foam formulation over the years, and we've come up with a very lightweight, white, strong, flexible surfboard blank, and that's why the majority of the pro surfers in Australia and overseas want to use our foam blanks. So this is how it all works. So what he's got to do is he's got to evenly distribute that mixture of foam into the mould so that he gets a good rate of expansion all around the board. You can't just dump it all in the middle and let it expand to either end, because what will happen is that the density of the foam will be very strong in the middle, and then on the outer extremities will be extremely soft. Then we put the mould release paper over and shut it down quickly, as that's getting to the stage now where it will start to expand rapidly and fill up the cavity in the mould. Stays in the mould for 20 minutes. And what we do is we drop those latches over, because what would happen, that top of that mould lid is about almost a tonne in weight, and if they don't put those latches under, that foam will actually open the mould up. From there, the blanks are all racked up, and they go into this special curing container we've got behind us. So they sit in there overnight and they're steam cured. Once the blanks are cured, we slit every blank down the centre. Over in this part we have a selection of all of our customers' special rockers. So they'll cut all of those stringers out, and each one will get clamped into a board. And then hopefully he can just skim the crust off that board, so you've got a nice hard deck, and then cut all the rest of the foam out of the bottom.